Wellington father of two Henry Brody had his email account hijacked in June by cyber crooks who then conned thousands out of his friends using a sob story scam the FBI says is on the rise. Henry's now unhappy with his email provider Gmail and wonders why its owner Google can't stop scam emails being sent from Gmail accounts. His key complaint, though, is that he couldn't speak to someone at Google and get them to disable his account immediately.
There isn't a human being on the other side of the phone.
Target managed to speak with someone at Google, though, and here's what they had to say. Regarding their efforts to identify suspicious Gmail account activity, Google said they're working on it, but
these are very hard technology problems to solve, and the technology is quite new.
However, they said Gmail's existing security measures include warning users if their account has been accessed overseas and letting them sign out on another computer if they forgot to do so earlier. As for Henry's inability to speak to someone at Google, they apologised for this but also said,
"We believe that online support is the most objective, reliable and often fastest option for users."
Now, as we said earlier, the FBI only recently issued a warning about this particular scam. There have also been cases of networking sites like Facebook being targeted, and police here say cyber fraudsters are increasingly scamming Kiwis as well.
Quite often they work in countries where law enforcement are corrupt and are part of it.
Literally hundreds of Kiwis have already fallen for such scams and sent money overseas. And the number who've got it back?
0.
So what can you do to protect yourself and your friends and family from these types of email scams? For the scammers, this is a numbers game. Their computers are constantly trying to access people's email accounts in various ways. By systematically trying to guess weak or common passwords. By installing spyware that logs your keystrokes. And by sending out spam emails that try to trick people into revealing their passwords. Never ever respond to these emails.
If you respond, then you'll be flagged as a legitimate target.
NetSafe's top tips for email security then are that you use complicated passwords with a mix of numbers and letters and use different ones for different internet accounts. You should also change your passwords regularly and never reveal them to anyone, no matter how legitimate the email request looks. It goes without saying too that you should always have up-to-date antivirus software installed on your computer. And if you ever receive an email from a friend saying they're stranded overseas and need help, make sure they call you first. Collect so you can talk to them before sending over your hard-earned cash.
From doctors to dentists to hairdressers, we all make appointments every day. But what happens if you forget, miss, or cancel it?
Well, after missing her dentist appointment, one of our viewers was told that she still had to pay the full fee, even though she hadn't received any treatment. So what's up with that? We did some research and found that when you make an appointment, you enter into a legal contract with that service provider. So failing to show breaches the contract. And if their business suffers a loss, for example, as a result of being unable to fill your appointment, they can recover the fee from you.
But here's the important bit. If a business intends to charge for a missed appointment, they need to let you know up front.
For example, their cancellation policy may be stated on the back of your appointment card, on a notice at the counter, or you could be told this when making an appointment over the phone. But this can vary depending on the provider. If they fail to make any mention of a cancellation fee, they risk breaching the Fair Trading Act if they try to enforce it.
So next time you make an appointment, make sure you ask the provider for information on their cancellation policy so you don't get caught out. Remember, you can always take your business elsewhere.
After the break, he's meant to be removing appliances, so what's he looking for in our actress's bedroom?
And which brand of table spread is best for you and your family?